Testing, testing. Oh, I've got a wavelength now. Can you hear me now? Can you? Hopefully you can. Look, it looks as though my. Oh, thank goodness! My goodness! Do you know what? That was usually. Oh, usually I check before I set up for the stream. I'll say bum bum bum. I always do that for some reason. I go bum 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 bum, and the wavelength thing comes up. But for some reason today I didn't do it, and that's the day it doesn't work, isn't it? Of course it is, because that's just life. It also happens to be the way my week is going this week. I'm so glad you can hear me now. Thank you. Sorry about that. It just disconnected for some reason. It just my mic didn't connect automatically. So there we have it. Anyway, at least you can hear me now. I may have missed a few people that have joined. Philip, you've just joined. Hello to you and Sarah and Clark. I'll just say hello to everybody again because none of you will have heard me say hello. So, my iPad's on the side this time. So, hello to SS and Sybil and Puzzling Peggy and Tourmaline. Thank you all for being here. You were the first here. Hello to Sam. Hello to Clark. And Ruth. Oh, no, no, no. Things popping up all over the place. We've got Mr. Don Eagle. Hello, hello. Liza's here. Anita is here. Hi to you. And no, yeah, I'm reading a lot of no sound, no sound. I'm hoping you can hear me now. Matt's here. Hello, Matt. Hi, Sonia. And Helen's here. Hello, hello. She's alive. I am alive. Just about. I think I've said hi to Philip, and I think that's it. Oh, Lucy Makes. Hello to Lucy Makes as well. So, my goodness me. Right. Okay. I'm going to start talking. So, right. So this live is meant to force me to start sorting this puzzle. And it's just as well because I actually had a plan. I had all kinds of plans for this week. I knew it was going to be a busy week because of the weekend in Cardiff is kind of messing everything up. So I knew my live streams were going to be all over the place. I knew I was going to have dancing and all that stuff. And I was like, right, I need to fit, this in here and get my downtown video done and da 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 da. None of that's happened. I had very good plans, but I haven't really stuck to them. Oh, I mean, it's not like I haven't got stuff done. I had a very I had a very what's the word? A very productive conversation with Sam. That wasn't expected, but was really good. Was really good, much needed. It's been very puzzle camp oriented this week, which again I didn't really expect. So my plan was to actually start sorting this before, like yesterday, before I actually came live to do some more of it. Um, and I just haven't had the chance. I haven't had the chance. So I am literally starting it with you all today. Like this, I'm about to start it. So there we go. There we go. And I am glad. I am glad, but I'm quite nervous. Um, thought you lost your voice. I've been shouting. Yes, sorry. Do you know what? There were like three people in the chat, and I was thinking, I wonder if people have forgot. I was worried. I was like, come join me. So yes, I know I don't like doing the block capitals thing usually, but at least it got some people's attention. Thank you so much, Purple Cat, and hello to you. That's lovely. Thank you. And somebody else has joined. Bergdist has joined, and Nance. Hello to you. Susie's here. Um, Hi all. Hi everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. Just paid my fee. Oh bless you. It's fine. It's fine. We had some technical issues. So it's fine. Oh, typical blame Sam. No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Dear, and much needed as well. Much needed. So definitely a good thing. In London, did you see the new circle Care Bear puzzle and you just couldn't show us? Or it was unconfirmed artwork? So there was a circle Care Bear puzzle. There were a couple of circle puzzles. There was a Care Bears one, there was a Narnia one, there was a Winnie the Pooh one, which was beautiful, but none of them, they all had like the unconfirmed artwork label on, so I couldn't show them. There was only one that I think is actually released now, and that was the a My Little Pony one. But the rest I couldn't show. So yes, I did, but as you say, unconfirmed. And they didn't want me to show any of the puzzles where the artwork was unconfirmed. Why do you ask? Has that released now? I'm not sure. I didn't have a really super good look at them because a lot of them I couldn't even show, but I couldn't help but home in on that Winnie the Pooh one because it was just such a lovely, what I could see on the box was just so lovely. My assumption is, even though they're unconfirmed, my assumption is there won't be that much different to what I was seeing. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. Um, This is the first time I've ever seen sort of unconfirmed artwork on puzzles, really. So it was all a bit new to me. But yes, I did. I did see a Circle Care Bear puzzle. Um, always blame Sam. We should definitely get that on our t-shirts, I think. Hello, Sandra. Hi. Oh, you're in Brazil. Hi, welcome. Good afternoon to you too. Just wondering if it was classic 80s Care Bears or the weird noughties version. I think it might have been classic. But don't quote me on that. I only have a very vague recollection of it. But like, so the My Little Pony one, um, that's not like the newer ones. That was more like the classic. So I'm wondering if they're doing the same thing with Care Bears, like in a similar vein, more like the classic style than the newer style. Um, so yeah, sorry, that's not a very clear answer, I know, but yes, I think it was more like the older one. But as I say, don't quote me. Right, what I've got in front of me, because I mean, obviously I can be chatting with you while I'm sorting. So I'll just sort of introduce the puzzle. We know it's the Around the World puzzle, 42,000 pieces. I have mix the pieces and split them roughly in half. I mean, I haven't counted them, so I'm just calling it 21,000 pieces. I actually don't know if I've got slightly more or slightly less than Sam. No idea. I'm hoping it's roughly equal. Um, but the puzzle comes with the long poster. It's not particularly big, but it's in two halves. So what you can see here is half the puzzle, and then underneath is the right half of the puzzle. And it's a big, long, continuous image, panorama, loads and loads and loads of world monuments and landmarks, and a good big sky at the top. We've got trees, we've got animals, bushes. There is all sorts going on in here. Obviously, dominated by buildings for the most part. But it is a big puzzle and it has been mixed. So that's the reason I've got both the posters out because I am dealing here with pieces from all over this puzzle. It's not like I split the bag, like I had these bags and those bags and then mixed half of it. I have got a mixed whole puzzle, and Sam has got, also the other half of the whole mixed puzzle. So I could have pieces from here, I could have pieces from here. So I really need access to the whole poster. Now, what I don't want to do is go through this in too much detail because unlike, sorting a 6,000 piece puzzle, for example, I can manage that amount of pieces and look at the image and think all the different piles that I might sort into. With something on this scale, what I want to remove entirely is decision fatigue. And this really, for me, is the biggest problem when sorting a puzzle, whatever size. It's that looking at a piece and thinking, is that there? Is that there? Should I have a pile for that? I don't know. Should I put this in that pile or that pile? Because it's got a bit of both in, and all these little decisions. I can't do that with this because it would just take forever. It would just take forever. So, my plan from the get go, and I'm pretty sure Sam's doing this too, is to macro phase sort to start with. And then the more phases of sorting that occur, the more I'm going through the pieces, I'm getting more familiar with the pieces, with what pieces I've got, and I'll get more of an idea as I go through, hopefully, what what else I could sort into after the initial phases. Now, initially, and it helps that Sam has talked a little bit on Discord about how you are sorting it. And so at the moment, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, but at the moment, I think Sam is sorting out um, purely sky pieces, so pieces with only sky in, and that includes the Aurora Borealis. Um, then I think you also have a pile of pieces with things in the sky. So if there's a piece with a little bit of airplane in it, for example, that has a separate pile. Um, and that's in keeping with my plan. I was gonna just have sky pieces. I was just gonna go through, pick out sky pieces. So I think you've got those, Sam, and you said you had signage, a lot of signs in this, and writing I think is gonna stand out. So again, that was gonna be one of my piles as well. Signage and fauna, I think you said. Is that right? So just confirm that for me, Sam. You've got pure sky, things in the sky, signage and fauna. Now, when you say fauna, I'm assuming you just mean animals, not flora, not bushes as well. It is possible I might pick out some greenery personally. How many pieces? So it's 42,000 pieces, and it's an Educa puzzle. It's called Around the World, and it's their biggest piece count. It's Educa's biggest piece count. And it's Adrian Chesterman. The artwork is Adrian Chesterman. So the same chap that did Wildlife, which is their second biggest piece count. So yeah, he does the biggies for them. But it's been mixed and split in half. Hi, child. How you doing? Okay, thanks. Yeah, sorry if people are asking questions. I'm hoping there are people in the chat who will also be able to answer the questions just while I'm concentrating on sort of talking about this. Now, it's good for me to have a look at it because I've really, I've been focused a lot on other things, so I've not really had a good detailed look at it. But in a way, I don't want to be too detailed with this. I deliberately want to be able to pick up a piece, and if it's not one of those piles that I'm talking about, then I chuck it in the discard pile, and it goes back for another phase of sorting, if that makes sense. Is this the poster in its entirety, by the way? That's teeny weeny. Yeah, so it's two posters, Purple Cat. So that's half and that's half. But I mean, even at that, it's still tiny. Yeah. You also get a booklet. I'll show you this. This is the booklet, and it has a page per section. So 7 sections. That's how it comes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I mean, that's all very nice, but it's quite small too. I mean, it's just A4. And in addition, on this booklet, there are numbers all over it because it labels all the landmarks. And then at the end, there's an index of what they all are, which again is great. But I don't think this is really meant to be a reference for building the puzzle. This is more for informational purposes. So, but I've not experienced Educa to be that good with their posters. I do have some blown up posters that Clark very kindly sent me. Not of every section, but I do have some, and they're great. But for the purposes of live streaming, they I won't. They're sort of too big for me to be able to make much use of at the moment. Um, but and I just got this out really just to sort of show you. As I say, I don't want to be too bamboozled by all the details right now. I want to keep it simple. If it's not fauna, sky, things in the sky, edges. I mean, edges is obvious. I'm happy to just toss edges in as a pile. If it's not any of those, it gets put to one side, and that hopefully will make it quicker and a bit less daunting, and then I can add degrees as I go along. So, sorry, Sam. Yes, animals, butterflies, etc., plus edges and half pieces. Okay, so you're doing the half pieces. Um, Welcome, Brad. First time here. That looks huge. Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Um, yeah, it is huge. It's a big puzzle. Very big puzzle. We can blame slash credits some of that as well. I mean, let's be honest. This whole puzzle camp idea, this really is Sam's brainchild, isn't it? But you know what? I'm so excited. I'm just really excited for puzzle camp. I am. I mean, it's a lot of pieces to sort, and it's a big job. And I have been procrastinating. I will be the first to admit it. But I'm so excited for puzzle camp. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And as I said, earlier this week, Sam and I had a good long conversation about various logistical topics to do with Puzzle Camp, and it was great. So I thought we could have some we'd have some talking points, for this live stream where I'm just sort of sorting pieces. Now, what I have down here that you can't see is the tub of pieces. The one you can see on the thumbnail for this video, that's what I have next to me. What I like to do, and I do this actually with a lot of my large piece counts, is I grab a couple of handfuls, I put them here, and then I start putting them into the boxes. This one I was going to use for the edges. These boxes, these all have corresponding lids. And I've got big boxes, like a box for each thing, because I know there's going to be a lot of pieces. So, I mean, sky, there's going to be loads of sky pieces. But at least I know I can put the lid on and they're safe. And eventually I'll probably bag them up. I only have medium-sized bags, so I think I'll probably need to buy some larger bags and label them. But for now, I'm just going to use these boxes. So I can have one for sky, one for stuff in the sky. This one can be for edges, and that one can be for fauna. I don't have another box, so well, maybe just leave it at that. I think it's probably useful, Sam, if we sort in similar categories, because if we have loads of different ones, then it might get a bit confusing. So I'm just gonna go with that. We'll take it from there. And what you can't see off the side here is this massive Clementoni 6K box, which is for my discard pile. So that's just at the side, and I'll chuck pieces that I don't want in there for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some handfuls. I'll put them in this box so I don't drop any, and then I'll pour them here, and I'll start sorting. Woohoo! It begins. It begins, people. It's very exciting. Right. Okay. So if there's too many here, that's fine. I can just put the rest back in the box. Um, right, and I think we've decided that horizon pieces, so like transition pieces, um, where there's a bit of building and a bit of sky, I think we've decided we're not sorting them at this stage. Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. An edge. Sorted. One down. 20,999 to go. Oh dear. Oh my gosh, what a statement that is. Right. Which one would be my sky? I'm going to make that one my sky, just simply because I'm right-handed and I feel like that's going to be the one I'm going for the most. Now I feel like the sky is going to be um pretty easy to pick out, but and fairly accurate. But there's a couple of areas where and this is an example of that. Right, there's a couple of buildings, for example, that are sort of quite white, and like this one, it's sort of this greyish white colour. That could easily be sky. It might be a building. Again, to remove the decision fatigue, I'm just going to chuck it in the sky. Micro sorting can be done down the line, but that kind of sort of indecision, I want to try and remove that. So it's a solid piece of colour. It's going in the sky. These ones are fairly obvious. These are purple. The sky is lots of different colours. But I think really that's the only thing um that might be problematic as far as sky goes. Edge is obviously a very nice pile because it's very obvious what's an edge piece. Now, just to explain, in case any of you were wondering what Sam was meaning by the what did you call them? The joining pieces. I forget. I forget what you called them. Um, there are where the sections meet. There are pieces that are just a slightly different shape to all the others. Usually, so like, see there's that one. I think that might be a joining piece. I don't know whether to separate those, Sam, because I feel like I'm too uncertain as to which ones they are. Usually the ones that go along a join line are different, and you can notice certain features. Like I got used to what they look like in the that signage. Right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flip a few first, just so I can scan over them. Sam is much more organized than me. You lay them out and you on trays and then rotate them 90 degrees and look over them again and look over them again and look over them again. And I think that's probably a more efficient way of doing it. See, I found a clock. I'm not going to separate that, but it's nice to know there's something recognizable. Is that, and I'm seeing mountain pieces. Again, nice to know there's something recognizable. Makes me not despair for this whole process. Right, that sky. I've been very focused on sky and I've kind of forgotten about the fauna. This is why I'm turning them over because um I feel like I'm not just picking up a piece, turning it over and going, oh, that's sky or not sky. But initially that's how I was going to do it. I was literally just going to do one pile on the first phase. I was literally just going to do sky. Um, that might be the way forward for me personally, but we'll see. We'll see how I get on. Right, let me just look at these for a second and just make sure I've not missed any animals. I don't think I have. I think most of these are buildings. Yeah, no, they're all buildings. That's fine. I've not missed any animals. So, that's an animal. That looks like a wing. But it's in front of a building, so I guess there's birds flying about in front of the building. Right, I'm not going to bother with the greenery for now, because I just haven't got enough boxes out. That looks like an animal. There's actually several areas of water in this puzzle. I was just looking at the poster just there, and I noticed there's a wing. I noticed that looks like an animal. Quite a few ponds and lakes and things. Is that an animal? I think it is. Right, so uh, that looks like fur. I'm finding it quite hard to tell what are animals at this point. Fauna, I should say. Right, see there's water. Yeah, and I can see a water lily. But I'm not sorting that just now. But like this is the kind of thing that you sort of keep a mental note of when you're sorting. I think that might be an animal. And particularly phased sorting. You keep a mental note because you then think, right, that's maybe for the next round, you know? Um, and it just happens as you familiarize yourself with the puzzle. So, okay. Oh, it looks like a horn. I'm guessing that's a goat or something. Tiny little bit of building in that one. It's amazing how many bits I'm seeing. I'm like, that could be a bit of an animal, but I honestly don't know if it is. Right, okay. I'll just turn a few more over. We can see how laying it out on trays. Are you so okay? I've got a question for Sam, and I will look up occasionally. Hopefully, I'll see your answer. Um, are you when you lay it out? Are you just laying the pieces out in rows, or are you actually laying them out in shape, or are you just laying it out in rows and just scanning? Um, and are you finding the same thing as me with animals? It could be an animal. It might not be an animal. Oh, that's an interesting one. I think that might be the. I thought I actually had two pieces that went together there. I think that might be the bridge. Anyway, nope, not sorting that. Not sorting that. But I am glad that I've started and just made the small inroad because, again, seeing recognizable things and sort of getting ideas for moving forward with the sorting, even at this early stage, it's heartening and it makes me less inclined to want to procrastinate. This is making it so much nicer for me though, just being able to chat to you guys about, while I'm doing it so that it's not so um right, Sam, what are you doing when you honestly can't be sure if something's an animal or not? If you're not sure, are you tending to put it in or are you tending to leave it out? I'm just gonna stop and read for a minute. Love the comment. 41k to go. Yeah. Not connectors or joining pieces, half pieces, wavies. Oh, those ones. Right, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, that's a good idea. I actually forgot about those. Yes, I know the ones you mean. Should we make guesses how long this will take? Well, you could, but I don't know if I'll be able to tell you because I'm not really timing it. I don't know if I could tell you if you were right or not. Puzzle Me This spent 190 hours in their initial sort. That was several people doing it. Um, that was a few people doing it, like the whole thing, rather than one person doing half. I don't know. It's really hard to say. They did it by colour. It's a long live stream called. Yes. Speaking of long live streams, this could bring us to our first talking point. But before I do, I'm going to, I'm going to read through this so I can see if I've missed Sam's answer or not. Hopefully not. Okay, everyone, do we agree? Watching Vicky Saw is better than the Winter Olympics. Thank you very much. Also, I haven't been watching the Olympics. Who's winning? Lol. Thank you. Oh, I was watching something earlier, um, or reading something earlier about some curling controversy, which I don't know. That struck me as quite funny, really. Curling literally never really enters my head a great deal, even though I live in Scotland and it's pretty much where it was birthed. But I'm like, oh, ooh, the drama in the world of curling. I'm not going to complain if we get 200 extra hours of live stream. Ah, that is a lot of streaming. They did it off camera with, I think, weekly updates. Took about 6 months to finish building. Yeah. Clark, how long has it taken you to sort a section? So, rows only. Didn't see any benefit to shape sorting at this point. Okay, yeah, I thought so. I was just wondering. For animals, looking for fur, feathers, or wings. Right. Okay. I get you. Yeah. So, I mean, that could be a bit of a horse leg or something. I mean, it does. If I'm unsure, I think I'll just not. When I'm 99% sure, it goes in the discarded pile. Oh, sorry, unless I'm 99% sure. Right. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're getting a long live stream. I'm listening. Curling controversy. I'm looking that up. Yeah. Yeah. It was so okay. So from what I can understand, it was the Canadian team versus the Swedish team or something, and you're not allowed to touch the granite after it go like the stone after it goes past a certain line. And there was like this moment where the I think it was one of the Canadian guys' fingertips like touched the stone, but it wasn't past the line. And so this like argument ensued about it. And I don't know. I don't know if like a new rule came out about it. Like, so you weren't allowed to touch the stone when it was moving forwards or something. It's like it's called a double touch or something. So you obviously have to touch it to let go, to like push it and then let go, but then you're not allowed to touch it again or something. Anyway, yeah, it was. It just sort of. It just struck me as funny that there could be drama unfolding around something like curling. But there we go. There we go. I'm not belittling it. I'm not belittling it. I know that people enjoy it. It's good. Oh, I've got a butterfly. There, that's fauna. There's very obvious butterfly. Signage. Where did I put the signage? There. Did you hear how triumphant I sounded there? Found a sign. Oh dear. I'm always very happy to find a piece. Right, okay. This is good. This is good. All right, so what I was about to say in relation to long live streams. Um, so Sam and I were talking about how to go about sort of covering the event content-wise. Because obviously, I know not everybody can make it to the event, but you're all got an interest in it. You want to see how it goes, keep on top of things, signage, yes. See, that the writing is very obvious, so that's good. That's really good. Um, so what we were talking about was having a camera, which I would have to which we would have to purchase to record a time lapse of the puzzle coming together. We would probably set up a tall tripod, um, which would look down at the puzzle from an angle and um, take time lapse. And the reason a camera would have to be purchased for that is because my cameras will not take time lapse for that length of time. Do you know what? I'm not certain if that's signage, so I'm going to put it in there. Um, so like there are cameras that will do like time lapse for like a week long. I don't think I need anything quite that to that level, but there you can get cameras, assuming that it's got like a battery pack attached. It'll do it for like a full day, and then you just restart it the next day. So at the end of it all, the end of the 2 weeks, we would have um no, we would have a full time lapse of the puzzle coming together. And I'll do a video on it and all that stuff. So it's fine. That was that idea. I think we're going to need to do some live streaming of the event. But I guess the questions we were asking each other and the things we were thinking was, how do we go about structuring the streams? And what we thought people might like, and you can tell me if you think that's signage. You can tell me if you think this would be good, if this is something you would enjoy having available to you. We were thinking of having almost, not quite, but almost like an all-day stream going where people could drop in and just see how we're getting on, just see progress. So, like, it wouldn't be a stream whereby somebody's there presenting and sort of talking to you. We'd all be getting on with the puzzle, but you'd be able to drop in whenever you wanted, really, and see the progress and how we were getting on and things. Now, what we discovered after a little bit of research was, right, that's a thing in the sky, I think. I've only got a few boxes out. I might do that on the next phase, to be honest. What we were thinking was we could do that, and then sorry, I've lost what I was saying. I was about to say something else. YouTube will live stream for I think 24 hours, but it will only upload as a video 12 hours worth. And I personally think it would be better if whatever we do um did go up onto YouTube sort of afterwards. So we were thinking we'd do like maybe like a 12-hour and then stop it and then do another 12-hour. And that would cover the sort of the progress side of things. And you could we and this is another question I had. So would you like something like that? Sorry, I'm checking my animal fur analyzer. I don't know. I don't know. Would you like something like that? So let's ask that question first. And in relation to that, if there was a chat, would people like that to be able to chat with each other? And do we have ideas in that case of how the chat could be moderated? Because I wouldn't be there keeping an eye on it, if you see what I mean, in that instance. So we'll start with that, and you can tell me what you think. I'm getting through this first pile, so this is good. Good bunch of edges, good bunch of signs. I've got a very clear, like, I'm not going to do my things in the sky on this round. I just don't have enough boxes or space. So I'll do that on the next round. That's fine. That's fine. And I'll probably do greenery on the next round. Um, perhaps even water. I'm noticing, there's one of the pieces you're talking about, Sam. So there's a little cluster of oddly shaped pieces, the half ones. See that? And then next to them, there's one with a prong and an in on one side. So you're separating those. So I'll separate those two. Again, just really obvious, so easy enough to pull out. And I'll stop in a minute. I'm just going to turn a bunch over and then I'll stop and I'll read the chat because I want to see what your responses are on this. And I'm sure Sam will maybe take notes as well. And then once I've read your answers to that, I'll give you another idea of another live stream thing that we were thinking of maybe doing, and you can tell me what you think to that as well. But we're talking multi-camera situations here, and just lots of different ways if we can to now. See, there's a definite joining piece. That's really obvious to me, but I'm not going to pull them out. I mean, I'll put it in the sky part because it's a bit of sky, but um, yeah, okay. Is that a letter? Yes, it is, I think. Right. Is that the one they jump and do a twist or jump like a salmon going up the stream? Serious question. I'm still on the Olympics. According to NPR, the fallout challenges the spirit of curling and raises questions about the future of the sport. Quite the scandal. There was cussing too. Oh yeah, yeah, there was the F word. One of the Canadians told him to F off. Like seriously, it got quite heated, I think. How big of a file would the full day time lapse be? I don't know, but I don't know. YouTube would just make the conversion and it would go up as a video, but they don't do it for longer than 12 hours, apparently. Um, you can you can apparently stream for 24 hours, but only half of it would go up as a video that you could then look at afterwards. No, it's just a straight jump from a huge ramp. They wear, excuse me, they wear skis and fly 120 plus meters, then land. Oh, like a ski jump. Agree. A continuous live stream would be ideal, so everyone can drop in when they feel like it or can make it, and so we can see the progress. Okay, so we like that. We like that. OMG, that like becoming a human rocket. I know that's definitely not for me. Like, it's about the closest you can get to actually flying, I think. There's also ski flying when the ramp is even bigger and they go further. Oh my gosh. Yes, cluster pieces and wavies. Yes, perfect. I like the live stream. My question is, will people be there 24/7 or in segments? Um, what? Oh, okay. You mean doing the puzzle? So we're only allowed to be in the room from about now. Then remind me, Sam. Is it about 6 till midnight or something? So we can't be in the room puzzling all through the night. Um, but we can be in there a good stretch of the day. So when people will come and go, I'm not certain of numbers on each day yet. So it's difficult to know how many people are going to be there at what different times of the day. But and we can adjust the live stream accordingly. You know, if no puzzles going on, then there won't be a stream happening. Um, but we can cover most of it, I think. I hope that answers your question. I like the idea of a end of day progress live stream from phone, showing the puzzle and talking about progress. Kind of like the assembly video on the Wildlife 3K. Yes. Yeah, I well that's a different thing because it's actually um I wasn't planning on just doing that one all day stream. I had another idea for a different kind of stream that I would also do. But I don't want to kind of throw too much at you at once. It's kind of and what I mean by that is I sort of want to get answers to the first thing and then I'll introduce the second thing and then I'll get answers to that. Otherwise I'll start getting confused by everybody's answers and I'm not sure what will be referring to what. Impressive, but I do treasure my solid ground. Yeah, same. Uh, I just watch lol. It's quite a dangerous sport. Yeah, my goodness. So you've decided not to do one table for each section. If there are lots of people, this might be better. Um, no, I think it'll just be one long table. Well, not one long table, but lots of tables put together. And then we were talking about having some kind of surface on it to put the puzzle on, but we've not decided fully on the surface yet. I've got to liaise with my friend Frank on that. Um, honestly, we really went into depth about all the logistics and stuff during this phone call. So we covered loads of things. But we'll get to that. You were sorting, but I'll take notes. Well, screenshots. Yeah, well, obviously, just whatever you can do. I mean, live chat replays on, so you can always come back and look. Um, which is fine. I guess I need to go and run all the tech. Uh, I personally would love to see overhead time lapse of start to end completion of the puzzle. Yeah, so that's what the camera would cover. Don't think, because we were discussing this, I don't see how we could manage directly overhead. Purely because of the way the room is, and um, I don't know. I don't know how I'd get a camera up there, and we can't use a drone. So what it would have to be is as high as we possibly can, time lapse camera on a very tall tripod, um, looking down. So it would be slightly angled, but it would be as overhead as we could get it, and it'd be wide angle, so it would cover the whole puzzle. So we have talked about that, and that would be in a video afterwards. And as I say, I would need a new camera for that because I don't have anything that will take time lapse for that length of time. Um, and this is another reason we were chatting because it's we need to sort of think about what different things we're going to need to purchase uh for the event. So we're talking about how we cover that kind of thing as well. But this is all this is part of the reason I'm doing this so that I can chat to you all about this and get new ideas, get ideas from people and see what you think. Uh, doing it. I need to go to a meeting. Oh, dang it. Sorry. I hope to be back if not. Happy puzzling, y'all. Oh, see you soon, SS. You've just volunteered. Yes. Yeah, I know there's a GoPro you can get that will time lapse for a day, and you can get wide angle ones. But I think you need a battery pack to keep it going. But apart from that, it'll do a full day. Also, with the live stream, is it one angle or covering different sections being worked on? So for the all day one, it would be one angle, I think. Um, and then, well, I'll get to the different live streams bit in a minute. Does everyone going to Puzzle Camp want to be Big Brother participants? Well, I mean that's yeah, that's another thing. 6 a.m. till midnight. Yeah, I thought it was. So you do two live streams, 5 hours each. Sorry, still early. 9 hours each. Yes. Yeah, that was what we That was what we were saying on the phone, Sonia. If we can help contribute towards funds, be happy to. Oh, thank you, Purple Cat. Yeah, no, one or two people have said that as well. So this is where I think eventually I might need to do some kind of crowdfunding setup. Um, but it helps to know what we need funds for to start with, because yeah, there was a lot of things we were talking about that I hadn't even thought of. So you know, once we've sort of figured that out, then I can put a crowdfunding thing up and a target, and if people want to contribute, that would be amazing. I would be happy to be a moderator whenever I can jump in, and someone would have to teach me how to do it. Yeah, I think it's that's really kind of you. Thank you, Sonia. I think if we could get enough moderators, that would be good. It's just there is a chance there'll be a gap with 18 hours worth of live stream. Um, you know, can we keep on top of the chat, or would it be better just to turn chat off? Can you plug in GoPros instead of a battery pack? Probably, but I don't know. And you can plug in my cameras, the ones I've got. You can run those off the main. So I would imagine you could maybe do that with a GoPro. Um, I just don't know quite how. And you can moderate as well, Peggy. So that's nice. So thank you for that. So that's an option, for keeping, because I mean, we're aware that people are going to want to chat to each other. It's just you never really know if people are going to jump in and out, and just be silly and say silly things. I don't know. Thankfully, it hasn't really happened on my channel, but you never know, do you? Fortunately, I won't be able to attend. Oh, sorry to hear that, Karen. But still taking the 2 weeks off, so I could help moderate as well. Right, okay, okay. That's brilliant. Thank you for that. I could maybe take a wee list of names for people that are happy to do some moderation. All right, so the second idea with regard to streaming was to have periodic streams where I hold my phone, I walk around, I show you progress, close up progress. That's a boat, that's not actually a animal. Close up progress on, gosh, I can't tell what that is. The puzzle, different sections, what's been worked on. And I go around and I can read some of the chat, I can respond to people, I can answer questions. And I could do that if I did something like that, and this is in addition to an all day stream. If I did something like that, how often do you think would be good, and for how long? So, do you think like a half an hour stream every day at different times of the day to accommodate for, different time zones? Do we think that would be good? Do we think longer than that? Do we think less often than that? Maybe every other day? What's people's thoughts on that? Because I would like to do streams that are um, a bit more personal, where I'm talking to you and I can interact with you in the chat and things. And I would like to do streams where I can walk around with my phone and show you close-ups of what's going on and things. And they would go hand in hand with the main stream. Now, we're not certain yet if you can have two live streams going at the same time on YouTube, and apparently you can. But that surprised me. I've never known anybody to do that, but um, it may well be that if I stop to do like a half-hour daily progress stream, as we call it that, just for the sake of argument, if I stop to do that, it may be that I have to stop the all day live stream um to do that and then return it back on again. But yeah, apparently you can. I'm just not entirely sure if I believe that or not. It's probably something I'd have to test. Uh, I don't know about that. So then what the scenario would be in that case would be there'd be a camera taking the time lapse for a video following the event. There would be a live stream camera running for the puzzling day, um, just so people could drop in and out and see progress. And there would be personal live streams, let's call them that, where I walk around with my phone, respond to the chat, and show some close-ups. And you'd have those three running hand in hand. And they could be at different times. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? How long do you think? How often do you think for something like that? Right, just turning these over, and then I'll go through. Hmm. Mhm. And I'll check the chat in a wee minute. Seen quite a few mountain pieces. I think mountain pieces might be a good pile. Goodness knows what that is. I'm starting to pick up on like old stone kind of buildings, like pyramids and stuff. Starting to pick up on those kinds of pieces as well. Right. I'll just do this last little pile from this handful, and then I'll stop and look at the chat. Uh, I'm fairly certain that's an animal. I am starting to pick up on the joining pieces a bit better now, but I've not been separating those, so I'll leave them for now. They're just a very different shape. And I would hope with, the numerous phased sorts we're going to do on these, um, that I'll manage to find all the edges in my batch. And it's rare I sort them all out the first time, but given that we're going through these numerous times, it seems feasible that we'll get all the edges. Hope so anyway. Hmm. It could be a giraffe or something, or it could just be a bit where the sun's shining on the building. So I'm going to chuck them in there. I think that's an animal. Looks like a face. And there's some fur in that one. So that's going in there. Is that a bit of a sign? Can't quite tell. Ooh. I'm going to be starting to try and get some numbers. And actually, this brings me on to this is and what I mean by numbers is numbers of people attending. And this is going to bring me on to my next topic of conversation. But before I get on to that, I want to have a wee read of the chat. Hopefully, I haven't missed it all. You're not all talking too fast, and I haven't missed it all. First handful done. Yay! All right. Well, there's not been too much chat. That's good. Um, I was thinking the all-day stream would be similar to those at World/US Nationals, where everyone can chat to each other. Yeah, absolutely. Perhaps a daily update would be good for those who can't or don't want to watch the all-day long ones. And yes, different times would accommodate different time zones. So you think daily? And for how long do we think? Maybe stream twice a day. So based on where people are, they could catch up on progress and ask specific questions. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Clearly, I love the idea of the daily update. Okay. I agree with the randomness due to those of us in different time zones around the world. Yep. Yep. I'm sort of used to having that thought, with doing the live streams at different times. I do try and be aware of different times so that people can do it. I mean, obviously, we're going to be doing it here in the UK. Um, and we do have that limitation on the hours. Or it's not that much of a limitation. It's still quite a good bit of the day, but it's the day here, if you see what I mean. But I will try and do it. We were talking about like there might be days where I will go and I'll be there at the crack of dawn, to do it that time sometimes. I don't think I'm going to be getting up at 5:30 every day, but sometimes I'm all right to do that. As for the length, perhaps set a max, but see how many people are around, how many questions you get, and how much you have to say. I'm thinking that will vary a lot. Yeah, yeah, that's probably true. I can tell you all now that I'll never be there at 6 a.m. Well, have we reached the 500 pieces sorted mark yet? I don't know. I don't think there were 500 pieces in that little batch. Maybe. Who knows? Hi, just got home from work, managed to catch the live. Hope you aren't too bored yet, Vicky. No, this is great. This is great. 1 a.m. to 7 p.m. here. Okay. Yeah. I I can't afford the travel to Scotland, but I can always help do some moderation, or I'll cheer you all on from a live stream. Okay, and hello Ocean, by the way. So you're in the UK, so that would be good. That would cover a different stretch of time. Hello, Legolas. How are you? Oh, let me get another batch. I'm using my box. Hang on. I'll grab another box. I think it's probably a good idea. Um, I just happen to have some off the camera. It's a good job I've got zillions of boxes. Okay, gonna grab a bunch more. Ah, can only fit so many in this little space here. So, right. Oh, there we go. So that's that. Now then, I was going to move on to another topic of conversation, but I have clean forgot what I was supposed to be talking about. My brain, honestly, I worry sometimes. Can somebody remind me what I was about to say? Somebody will say something and I'll be like, ah, yes, I need to speak about that. And then I'll finish talking about what I was talking about before and then forget what I was going to speak about. Um, right, maybe if I read the chat, it'll remind me. Um, then we can chat to each other. Daily update would be good. Different times. Stream twice a day. Agree with the randomness. Won't be there at 6. Sorry. I can't remember what I was going to say. That's so bad, isn't it? Oh, yes, I've remembered. Yes, I've just thought. Right, okay. Right, so I'm going to need to find out um, an idea of numbers. And I know not everybody knows yet if they can come. And I know some people know they can come, but they're not quite sure when and etc. etc. Oh, now, so Sam, are you separating sky fauna from fauna? Because I've got a bird in the sky here, which is fauna, technically, but it's in the sky. I assume you are. Yes, number of people attending. Yeah, that's right. Something to do with numbers. Yes, you were right. You were right. I remembered. I remembered. I'm going to put that there. I think maybe you're going to separate sky fauna from fauna. I was in a sorting zone. That's good. That's good. I need to get into the sorting zone. So, one thing we were talking about, Sam and I, was I needed to get an idea of numbers. Um, and we were discussing the possibility that we might be able to uh, use some kind of online shared calendar um, that people can go into and just mark within the 2 weeks when they're attending. So if you can come the full, so say your name's Fred and you can come the full 2 weeks, you could go into this calendar and just put Fred, um, like every day for those 2 weeks. If your name's Bob and you're only coming for, say, the last 2 days, you could go into the calendar and put Bob for the last 2 days. That's the idea we're thinking of. Now, I don't know. I know there are bookings calendars and things like that that you can get access to. And I was chatting to my friend Dave about this actually, Sam, on Monday, and he suggested there's something called Eventbrite, where and it's more of a bookings thing. I'm not really looking for people to make bookings. I'm just looking for names so that I can see who's coming when, basically. It's just an idea to get it's just a way to get an idea of attendance at the moment. um does anybody know of something like that, some kind of shared online calendar that we can all get access to and put our names in? Does anybody know of any kind of program or calendar or something that anybody has where we could do that? What I mean, Dave's other suggestion was a shared spreadsheet that you could put your name in, which I suppose is another option. But I just wondered because I'm not really sure. As I say, Dave suggested Eventbrite. That might be something we could. So what you would do is rather than having, it would have to for something like that, which is like a booking system. You would have to be able to put an unlimited amount of bookings each day. And it wouldn't be bookings per se, it would just be people putting their names in. But we might have 10 people one day and only 5 on another day. So let me know if anybody has used anything like that or can suggest anything like that. Um, you good? Oh, good. I'm glad you're good. Thank you for being here. Most GoPros have USB power. You could easily attach it to the ceiling or a beam or use a tall light stand or even build a wooden structure to hold the camera and lights. Oh, well, yeah. I think building a wooden structure is a bit out of my skill set, but there are now then. I think there are beams. I'm trying to remember. It's just getting up to them because it's really high. Um, so something to be done, but yes, thank you for reminding me. Um, it was something about woodchucks and how much wood. Oh, don't confuse me. Yes, I kept Skybirds with Sky Plus pieces. Oh yeah, that's where you're coming. Hello, Susan. How are you? So, okay, nobody's commented on the calendar yet. Right, well, I don't have um a Sky Plus pile yet. So I think I will just chuck them in there for now. It throws me calling them Sky Plus because that just makes me think of the app Sky Plus. There's an app called Sky Plus. Um, anyway, right. So yes, calendar ideas, folks. Calendar ideas. I think that might be writing. Oh, thanks, Clark. That's really kind of you. So Clark's given away 10 memberships to Vicky Makes and Builds. I can't see who's got them. Oh, they're coming up now. They're coming up now. I'll read that on there because it's easier. Hanging out with Jan. Oh, they're moving too fast. Tanita, Tanita Surstia. I don't know if I've said that right. E-Rose, Rhonda Willock, RX Girl, Jeff Painter, Caro, Melanie Duart, Bloomfield, and 8T-Dar. I don't know if I've pronounced some of those right, but you've all got free memberships to Vicky Makes and Builds for a month. Thank you so much, Clark. You've got Clark to thank for that one, folks. That's really good of you. Thank you. Oh, do you know what? It's such a relief having started this. And I mean, it was a good idea to do a wee sort along. It was a good idea to do it so that I had a bit of company. And Sam, you've got some company too. I mean, you've got the same job to do as me. And you've not been procrastinating like me. You've started already. So, this and I do feel a lot better now I've started it. I think just when you sort of have an idea of how to move forward, it just makes it a bit easier to handle. Remember, if any ideas about calendars, let me know. But I did my friend Dave, that Dave's the guy with the drone. Um, he's quite techie, and I was asking him about the calendar idea, and he said he'd get back to me with some more ideas, and he's good with that. So, but he did come up with Eventbrite, and he did mention a spreadsheet. So if we can't think of anything else, we can always do like a Google Doc or something like that. But yeah, I definitely do need now to get an idea of numbers where we're at just at the moment. Um, so, and I've been starting to give away the cards, Sam, the business cards. Give some to my dance folk, and I'm gonna take a bunch to this puzzle swap in Glasgow. I heard back from the lady who's organising that, and she's keen to spread the word as well. So I'll take my cards to that too. That'll be great. Right, there's a definite orientation to these pieces. They're tall and thin, kind of like the wildlife ones. So that is going to be something that's handy. Um, Knowing which way they sit in the puzzle. That's a sign. Think I'm starting to get to grips with the edges of signs, but I'm not certain enough to start separating those, so I'm not gonna risk it. Mm, very obvious water lily there. Yeah, I think water's gonna be a pile for me, I think, Sam, eventually on one of the phases. And mountain and greenery. I am actually spotting them out. I know there'll be areas of the mountain that get mixed in with the sky, I think, but some of them are very obviously mountain. I've only found one of these little cluster pieces so far. Bunch of edges, but only one of the cluster pieces. Mind you, there aren't as many as there are edges. I have to look up now and again because it does start to hurt your neck after a while. How do you do that? How do you give memberships? So there's looking on my iPad, underneath the chat box, there's a little symbol with a dollar sign, or I don't know. I don't know what the currency sign is. For me, it's a dollar sign. Um, I don't know what the currency sign is for you, but for me, it's a dollar sign. You click that, and a little menu opens up, and you can gift memberships in there. So you click the little dollar sign symbol if you have it, but on my iPad, it's under the chat. Just check the venue video, and there are arched beams that support the chandeliers and the fairy lights. Arched, so that suggests they go up in the middle. I mean, I think we're going to have to get quite high up to be able to suspend a camera from there. Um, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be something I can do or not, but we can see, can't we? Right, so not getting much response. Oh, I see now. Oh, you see how to do it. Yeah. Not getting very much response on the calendar thing, so we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. I'm sure there'll be a way to do it. Um, so right, okay, carrying on. What was I going to talk about? Okay, so I'm just going off the subject of Puzzle Camp for a minute, briefly, and before I forget, my hang on, not certain enough of that one. My first video on the Downtown Puzzle Along, the 6,000 piece Downtown Puzzle Along video series. It is close to being done. I've done all my recording for it. I just have to edit the outro. I've done the thumbnail. I've written out the description. I had hoped to put it up last Sunday, and it's just been a bit of a hectic week. And so yesterday when I was supposed to be starting to sort this, I was trying to catch up with that video, and I still didn't manage to get it finished, unfortunately. So I'm aware I said it was going to come out at the beginning of the week, but I've just not been able to fit it in. So um, I decided that I would just give myself the time to finish it and schedule it to go up on probably Saturday evening. I'll be in Cardiff then, but if I schedule it ahead of time, it'll just go up. And there's no live stream on Saturday because I'm doing it on the Friday instead. So my downtown video is just delayed slightly, and it'll be going up Saturday. Hopefully, you're all good with that, and that doesn't mess up anybody's sort of schedules for building it or anything like that. It's really just covering the sorting, kind of preparing to do it and the sorting, and then the next one will be starting on the building. And I have started the build. I've put some progress photos up. I put a post up just today, actually, um, on YouTube, just saying, it's coming out at the weekend, the video, and I put a picture up of the ships. Ships have got very bright sails in that puzzle, and there's a picture of my progress on the ships. It's such a fun puzzle. I'm really enjoying it a lot. It's really, really nice. Lovely colours. I mean, Chirimochetti, it's just such lovely artwork. It's a joy to do a Chirimochetti puzzle. So it's good. It's really good. But yes, it's just slightly delayed, so it should be coming out the weekend. Yeah. Right. Just again doing my turning over and sorting through thing. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it's going to. Could be a mountain, but I'm going to put it in the sky. That's a bud. Sorry, Bogdis, better book your ticket to travel ahead a few days early so you can reach the day. Yeah, you could be our tech person, absolutely. Potentially the hotel could have a ladder that reaches. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I could speak to somebody there about that. Because I think that room is sometimes used for weddings, so it may well be that there's people that have questions of that ilk for filming weddings and stuff. I mean, they probably never had a question with regards to filming a puzzle, but might not be that far outside of the realm of possibility. I'll get in touch with them. I need to get in touch with them anyway. Did you see my mention of Trello for a calendar? Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, I missed it. Trello. Right. I did not. I've not heard of that one, but I will look into it. Thank you for that. Hello, Thomas. How are you? I'm late. I've been fighting with a planning permission form for the last few hours. Oh gosh. Any kind of form is a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? But a planning permission form sounds particularly arduous. Is this for your extension so that you can house a jigsaw table for the 42K? Perfect. But well, we'll just come and do it at your house then, Thomas. I just assumed you were avoiding this stream to keep from being inspired. Mustn't be expired. Expired? Mustn't be inspired. Gosh, I can't get the right words. Assuming that the hotel will need access to the chandeliers and the fairy lights. Yeah, I suppose they would. Yeah, I suppose they would. Good point. Okay. Yeah. I'll ask the question. I'll ask the question. But I'm thinking maybe the wee GoPro. I think it was called a GoPro Hero something or other. I think that might be a good one. And you can get wide angle versions, which obviously is going to be good for this puzzle. Thanks, Matt. Oh, thank you. That's lovely. Oh, everybody's being so generous. Thank you. This is really nice. Thank you so much. Okay, right. Back to it. Back to it. Well, I definitely think a phased macro was the way forward with this. Because it's one of the biggest problems with sorting, that decision fatigue that you get. You know? Um, is that a sign? I don't know. I don't know if it's a sign or not. Hmm. Right. I'm looking forward to doing this puzzle. It is a nice puzzle. I like that Edgy could do continuous images, I must admit, on large piece counts. Now then, I think that's a bird. So I'm putting it in the fauna pile. I have no clue what that is. I don't know. It is something else sorting this amount of pieces. Honestly, this is above and beyond what I'm used to. The biggest I've sorted is 9,000. And I'm gonna do a 13K mixed, but I mean that's gonna be pretty titanic task, but it just I don't know, 21K, it's crazy. And that's only half the puzzle. Uh, oh, right. Okay. Grello, right, I must remember that. Grello. Might be a good one. Certainly hope we do get a good amount of people that can make it. I mean, if I do say so myself, it's a pretty unique event as puzzle events go. Obviously, we have big events in terms of worlds and stuff, but they tend to be speed puzzling related. This is different again. Puzzle Camp, it's quite a new concept, really. And I'm so thrilled to be trailblazing it along with Sam, of course. That's a butterfly, but I think it's in front of a mountain, actually. So I'm putting that in the fauna. Um, rather than in the Sky Plus. Super duper. Are you still riding the Super Bowl high? That must have been so amazing. I reckon you're still processing it, aren't you, Matt? Still can't believe they won. What are you going to do with the puzzle once completed? Good question. I don't know. I'm not thinking of it as 121k, but 21 1k. Yes, yeah. That's a much nicer way of thinking about it, I think. Yeah, because it is easy to get overwhelmed just by the sheer number of pieces. When they're all sitting in a giant tub, I suppose that doesn't really help. But that's what's nice about having started, even though, these piles are pretty small, it started, So it doesn't seem quite so much like a mountain. Still surreal at times and disbelief, but it was amazing, and I'm glad my son was with me. Ah, but we have to be guarded because the Mariners are starting soon, and they're so amazing at breaking our hearts. When I know I'm going to have the Mariners lower me in the ground so they can let me down one last time. Gosh. Ah, to lighten the mood. My problem is, while I got a metric ton of ideas, I've barely got much energy. I know. Well, yeah, I'm like that a lot of the time too. You ride that wave for as long as you can. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Based on Google, Mariners is baseball. Yes, Mariners is baseball. I know that. I know that. I'll tell you the names of any other baseball teams, but I know that one. Have you mentioned Puzzle Camp on Instagram? I know that's a preferred hangout for a lot of puzzlers. Now, well, yes, I have. Um, but it's mostly been YouTube and Discord. So I think I'm gonna need to start. So this is another thing that Sam and I were talking about. We're essentially on a countdown now. We're just under 20 weeks. We're closer to 19 weeks now. And so I think I need to sort of start to try looking at all platforms for promoting it and things like that. And actually, when I scheduled this live stream, I put a post up on Instagram. And although I was promoting the live stream, I also wrote puzzle camps not far off, epic puzzle along in Scotland, blah blah blah, big event, that kind of stuff. I was sort of putting it out there that there is something happening. And somebody commented and said, "Are there still tickets to this? I didn't know there was anything going on." So I think there are areas that are a bit untapped still. And I need to get spreading the word on the different platforms. So yeah, it's yeah. There are a few people on there that I'll need to be sort of getting it in front of them if I can. Obviously, word of mouth as well. Um, Going to these events in April, the UK Nationals and the one in Cardiff. I can tell people there because obviously for the people in the UK, it's a bit easier to get up here. Um, and that kind of covers a few people that maybe aren't on social media and stuff as well. So I'm trying to cover as many bases as possible, but yeah, I'm going to be starting to get the word out there in a more what's the word um dedicated sort of regimented kind of a way, if that makes sense. Consistent. Um, Wait, if you provide the ideas, we can arrange for them to be followed up. Yeah, I mean this was part of the idea behind this to brainstorm things. I mean, a lot of people come up with stuff that we don't necessarily think of. There's something else I wanted to tell you actually that I'm quite excited about, and I may well forget what it was, but I'll try not to. You need not worry about baseball, but need to listen to Opeth and report back on the music. Goodness. Anybody think you were an Opeth ambassador? It would be good to get the word out before the various nationals so they can spread the buzz. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I want to take my cards and, hand them out and stuff as well. If I can, without upsetting Ravensburger too much. I would love to be able to get this in front of the attention of Educa, but I'm getting no response from them. Um, are you on live chat? What do you mean? Are you talking to me? Is who on live chat? So the thing I had to tell you, I'm going to find a way to have it so that the wildlife puzzle versus top chat. Oh, hang on. No, I'm not. Goodness me, I forgot about that. It defaults all the time. It's very annoying. So thank you for reminding me, Clark. Sorry. That might be why I missed some chats. Oh, goodness, that's so annoying. Do you know what? I've only very recently become aware that there's even a difference. Right, yes, okay. Yep. I am now. I am now. So I may have missed a couple of things. You were missing some of the chats, which is fine. Right. That might be why I didn't see the Trello comment. Which is odd. Okay. Yep, sorry. Top chat, just in case you don't know, um, it's got more like a filter on it. So YouTube will filter more of the chat out, but I don't know what it bases it on. Um, and but live chat will show all of it. So and it defaults to top chat every single time, and I only just realized I'd forgotten about that. So thank you, Clark, for reminding me. So if I have missed any of your chats, I do apologise. So yes, as I was saying, my wildlife puzzle, which I just finished at the end of last year, which is also Educa, and something I'm very, very proud of, and would love to be able to show you all, since you've been on the journey with me these last few years. Um, it's taped in sections, but what I would like to do is maybe find a way to sort of temporarily attach it to some foam boards or something, and have it in the room where we're doing the this puzzle, the puzzle camp, on display, so you can see my wildlife puzzle. I think that would be really cool to be able to show you. So wanted to let you know about that. YouTube should really just let you set what you want as default, but they're allergic to customization. Ooh, Augustine, do you have a favourite piece so far? A favourite piece? What, like shape? Or what do you mean by a favourite piece? Yeah, I don't, there may well be a way to change it so that it defaults to live, but I haven't figured that out yet, so I'll need to make sure I look that up. That looks like sign it, and that does too. An edge, yes. But yeah, as far as Educa go, I might need to just try and contact them on all platforms because I emailed them, but I also messaged them on Instagram. I'm continually tagging them on Instagram. But I'm wondering about just trying every single way I can think of to get in touch with Educa. Um, because I feel like they ought to know about this, but I don't know. I don't know how much they really pay attention to this kind of thing. Right, okay, I'm almost through my second wee batch. I mean, they're not particularly huge, but they're batches all the same. Okay. I actually don't. Sorry, going back to the question I had about what we're going to do with the puzzle after. I don't know. I mean, I normally tape my large piece counts, and keep them, but I have a copy of this puzzle which I assume I will tape and keep when I've done it, because I'm going to do this puzzle in the sections as well. Not before puzzle camp, but at some point I might get a couple of the sections done, maybe one or two. Um, but I have that copy that I can keep. So, ooh, tiger, nice. Um, so I don't know. What's your idea on that, Sam, for the puzzle? Um, Hello, Krufia. Little late to this stream. What's your strategy for the sorting? I'll explain just shortly. My favorite puzzle piece. I always pick a favorite when sorting so I can put it in last. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know because I mean I've got half the puzzle here, so my favorite might be in Sam's bit. I suppose we could both have a favorite. So far, I don't know. I've only sorted a few pieces, so sorting in phases. Yes, that's right. Susan, where do you get that big piece-sized puzzle for Star Wars? Can't find it anywhere. The 18K. Um, so it's hard to find, or at least it's because they don't it's not in print anymore. So you can't just get it from Ravensburger or Amazon. I only ever really see it. Sometimes it comes up on Rare Puzzles, or sometimes I see it on eBay, but it's usually astronomically priced, unfortunately. I live in hope that they'll re-release it at some point. But it's unfortunately hard to find. There is a 5K Star Wars puzzle that again is relatively uncommon, but it's easier to get. And that's Ravensburger too. Now then, what is that? Oh, that might be feathers. That's not. It's lines, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the buildings. I don't think any of my pieces are in here. So, in answer to your question, Krifia, I'm going through every piece and I'm pulling out just these specific piles, which are pure sky, nothing else in the piece, just sky. Um, so this won't include like airplane or anything that's in the sky. That'll be a separate pile. So pure sky, animals, signage. That's edges, and that's the wee funny shaped pieces. There's like clusters of them in each section. Um, So I've only found one so far, but that's the other pile. So, and all the rest are going in a little discard pile over at the side here. So I shouldn't say little, it's quite big now. Um, and once I've gone through every piece and sorted out these ones, I'll go through them all again and I'll do another phase. So probably next time around, I'll cover stuff in the sky, which Sam is calling Sky Plus, um, greenery, uh, maybe the mountain, uh, water, that kind of stuff. I'm just doing it in phases like that. So that's my strategy at the moment. Grabbing a bunch more. Okay, makes sense. It's currently unavailable unless you want to pay an arm and a leg on eBay. There are rumors of a re-release happening soon. Yeah, we just don't know quite the veracity of the rumors, really. Creator settings. As a creator, you cannot force this for viewers, but ensuring your stream is not set to made for kids keeps the live chat enabled. Yeah, it's more making sure it's live chat and not top chat. It's like two versions of chat. And I can change it like now, but it defaults to top chat, which it can be a little bit annoying. Um, we're all thankful to Sam that Vicky has a copy of the Star Wars puzzle. Yes, we certainly are. We certainly are. Never going to stop being thankful for it. Tape it, but not volunteering for public display. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've no idea where, but could do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The thing is with tape it, I don't mind taping it, but I prefer to have a few days to tape a puzzle, especially one that size. Thing is with wildlife, I was able to do it section by section. This is going to be the whole shebang. Send everyone who participated a part of the puzzle. That's a nice idea. We just have to hope that it actually arrives at the whichever country it is in one piece. I mean, it would be taped, but bits fall off, you know. That's quite a nice idea. Dinner time for me. Great job on getting a head start on the sorting. Thank you for the stream. See you later, everyone. Oh, thanks, Purple Cat. Thanks for being here. And thanks for suggesting it as well. You know, to get started on it and things. Well, I think Scott suggested it, but I think you were in support of getting it started, and I'm really glad. I'm glad that I have. We did get the re-release of Evening Walk. There's always hope, but it keeps getting sold out. Yeah. Well, clearly, I mean, maybe this will be a sign for them. They've re-released a puzzle that was in high demand and it's selling, you know? So that might hopefully be the boost for the Star Wars one. Just then, it's only available on Ravensburger's website, but nowhere else. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, is it? Right. Okay. Sorry. Right. Okay. I didn't realize that. Thanks, Peggy. Update on the rumors. Ravensburger has made a new image for the box of the Star Wars puzzle, which is more in line with the modern design, so it's pretty much confirmed. They've made a new image of it. Where yeah, that's my question, Clark. Literally, you said that just as I was about to ask, where is this new image? I haven't seen it. That very much says a lot. But yeah, I'd be interested to see where to know where you've seen that, Justin. Well, that would be very good news if it's true. I mean, we've had, or are having, I'm pretty sure the New York Toy Fair is going on right now. Um, Maybe something's come out during that. Ravensburger Sweden site. I posted it in the Puzzle News chat. Oh, I'll have a look at that then when I've, done this. Mm. Oh, I found a little half piece. Here we go. One of the little half pieces. It's like a wavy. So that goes in there with that. Oh, I'm noticing the red, the Golden Gate Bridge pieces. They're quite obvious actually, and that was one thing. Puzzle Me This John said as well. Um, he made a little video. And he sent an email. When he found out that we were doing this, and he's been lovely actually, really really sweet with what he could sort of info he could provide, having mixed the puzzle and built it. Um, so he's been a good resource. That's an edge. It'd be great if he could come, but I don't know if he will. I dropped a hint on his latest life video. Not the latest one, the one before. He was asking people to predict when they get it finished by, and I was like, I think you'll get it done at the beginning of July. Just in time to come to Puzzle. Mm. So I shall have a look on the Puzzle News channel. That's very exciting. Very exciting. But yeah, the New York Toy Fair might have some info. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's this week. Edge. That's what I was going to say. That's why I brought up Puzzle Me This John. Sorry, I keep losing my thread. He said that the Golden Gate Bridge pieces were quite obvious. That was one of the things he said. And signage, he said, was a good ones to pick out as well. And I am noticing, it's just kind of obvious what it is. Just the colour of it and the texture of it. And there's a wing. Uh, there's another one. It's just quite obvious. So yeah, it does make a difference going through all the even just once. It's amazing how familiar you get with the puzzle, and just by going through them once. Hang on. I think it is. I don't think it is either. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide whether something is sky or not. looks like fur, animal fur, and so does that. So I'm not always sure which animal it goes with, but you can tell if it's fur generally. The good news is that the box is still completely black, but the rest looks like new 18K box style. Anchors. I was going to suggest doing a pickup challenge of the entire thing once we put it together, but maybe not. Just the words pickup challenge in relation to an Edgiger puzzle is just funny. I mean, it is. They're not known for their hold together ability, are they? Shall we say? Sorry. What's the word anchors in relation to? Was I? I don't know. I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. So, sorry. Just clarify what you mean, Wayne. You can pick up the corner pieces. Yeah, yeah. I've often wondered about doing a funny reel where it's like, POV. I picked up an Edgiger puzzle, and there's just a picture of me holding two corners. Could have a square dance on it. This is true. Not sure how it would survive it if we all square danced on it, but you know, I mean, I waltzed across the wildlife puzzle and I rolled across it. There's something else I need to do. I need to contact the hotel about the tables, um, so we can figure out a surface to put the puzzle on. Because I don't think we can put it direct on the tables. Right. What time are we? What time did I start? 3. We're almost at 5. Blimey. Right. So what I might do then is finish this pile. This is the discard pile, so it doesn't look as though I've done much from these, but that's because this is all discard pile. So I've gone through a few. Um, but when you're only dealing with 4 piles of pieces, they're maybe not going to be too big to start with. So I'll finish this pile and then I'll call it a day for this particular live stream. I can do others if people think that this has been a good thing. Um, or maybe when Sam and I have had another chat and come up with a zillion more questions, do another one then and ask everybody. We could call it the brainstorming live streams. But I think this has been really handy, so thank you. Thank you for keeping me company. I do appreciate that a lot. Another sign. Yes. Here's a question, Sam. Have you found 2 pieces that go together? I haven't yet. I mean, I would doubt that we will, but just wondered. I actually thought I had 2 pieces that went together earlier. It was obviously the same thing. It was a bridge, I think, the Golden Gate Bridge, but they didn't go together. Another signage one. So again, before I forget, and this is going off topic slightly. Um, moving back to the downtown video, which is coming out at the weekend. If you watch that and enjoy it, I would really appreciate a hype or three on that if you've got access to the hype feature. Um, I have discovered, or at least I think it's a lot to do with this. Um, I think that the hyping on the full assembly of the wildlife puzzle video and also the London Toy Fair video, I think the hyping on those has really helped them to take off. I think it really does make a difference. So, yeah, I would love it if you can hype the downtown video when that comes out. That would be brilliant. Right, I'll go through these. I don't know what that is. Could be fur, but it could also be something else entirely. Do you know, I think that's a fish. It looks like a fish. You found any fish, Sam? Yes, I had two joined together, but I split them up. Sadist! It's hilarious. You split them up. Is it cheating, having two together? That's so funny. Puzzle piece you picked up. Oh, I see. Right. Is that what you, yes, is that what you call it? I assumed that you would tape foam boards together for the table, the thicker foam boards. Yeah, we talked about that as an option. We were worried about them being a bit too light and slippy, and any kind of knocking or jarring would send them sliding, even maybe thicker ones. But I mean, if we did go with foam boards, it would definitely have to be thicker, or maybe they don't sell the thicker foam boards there. Trouble finding thicker foam boards here, I must admit. That doesn't mean they don't. That doesn't mean they don't have them. I've just never been able to find them. Sued equals side. Right. We did think of foam boards, but we're concerned they may be too light due to the size needed. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm going to. The one you called half cut. All right. Yeah, it's the wavy. That one. Is that the one you mean? It's like a full piece cut in half, and it's meant to make the piece count precise. That's the thing I wanted to talk to Frank about and see if he had any ideas. I hope we're doing the puzzle on like a table. I'm not keen on doing a 42K puzzle on the floor. No, no, we're doing it on a table. It's what we're talking about is the surface that's on top of the table to actually build the puzzle on because it'll be lots of tables together, but we can't do it directly on them. I don't think they all sit flush. There'd be holes, if you see what I mean. So that's what we're referring to. I need to transpose tech ideas to paper/pixels and post in the Discord. Yeah, that'd be great. And yeah, so if it's tech ideas to do a puzzle camp, put it in that channel. That'd be brilliant. Thanks, Bergdis. Definitely on tables. Yeah. I'm also hoping to start sorting a bag of magical bookcase soon. Yay! That's good. I have to go on the mobile app to hype, but it's not much effort, so I'll fix that. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. It'll be. I'm hoping to put it out on Saturday. No fish so far. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I found a fish. Yeah, a big long roll of butcher paper taped to the table. Yeah, I wondered about a roll of something. As well, that was something I mentioned to you, wasn't it, Sam? I think. Uh, so yeah, that's an idea. Are tables compulsory? I'm not doing it on the floor. Certainly not. What? Why? Have you got something against tables, Thomas? What's your idea? Talked about a roll of vinyl. Yeah, yeah, we did. That's right. I can't tell if that's a sign. So I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to keep it out. I'm sure it'll get done on one of the phases. I don't think there's any sky that colour, so I'm not going to put that in. Um, now then, looks like a cat. So don't forget this week that the live streams are all topsy-turvy. So well, tomorrow's is normal time-wise. But I'm doing a puzzle that hopefully I'll finish within the one stream, a 500 piece villager puzzle. So I hope you can join me for that. And the main reason for that is because I can't stream next week, or at least I don't think I'll be able to. It depends. I'm having my bathroom done. They're starting work on the Tuesday. According to the letter I got, it can take up to 3 days, but I don't know if that means it will take 3 days or, they might be finished before then. So if they are still working on it on the Thursday, I think it's going to be tough to stream. I think there'll be a lot of noise and a lot of upheaval. Um, but if they're done, then I guess maybe I could. But I'll have to play it by ear next week. And as a result of that, I didn't want to start a 1,000 piece puzzle, and then have a gap. If that makes sense. So I'm doing tomorrow's just kind of as a standalone. And then Friday I'm streaming this week, and that will be 6 portals because I'll be in Cardiff on Saturday. So again, tomorrow as normal, but a one-off. Um, Friday, 6 portals, and it'll be an hour earlier, so it'll be 8 p.m. here. So an hour earlier than the usual time, and on Friday instead of on that's an elephant. Yes, instead of on Saturday. Just didn't want to miss one, really. But I wanted to do it a little bit earlier because the train that we're getting is in the morning. The train to Cardiff is a long trip. Um, it's in the morning, so I didn't want to be up super duper late. I do tend to be up late when I live stream at 9 o'clock. So that's the thinking behind that. And they're all scheduled already. So if you're uncertain or if you're worried you might forget, my suggestion would be to go and click notify me. So you'll get the reminders. And there's another one of the funny shaped pieces. So they'll all be um they're all up there, they're all scheduled. And then again, Saturday hopefully for the downtown puzzle, and um obviously I will try and post up and things for Cardiff, my trip to Cardiff. So you know what's happening there. Don't know if that is being streamed or not. It's actually something I just thought of. I can't remember if Annika said it was being streamed or not. Might be worthwhile having a look at the UK JPA YouTube channel to see if there's going to be a stream on that. I don't know if that's a bird's wing or not. I'm not going to risk it. Um, don't know. Be good if it was, but as I say, I'm not sure. But I'll try and post pictures and things and let you know how it's going. Doing all 3 events, doing the individuals, pairs, and teams. So it should be fun. It's a long trip on the train. I'm not particularly looking forward to the train journey, but apart from that, now then, what are you? That's a very bright, colourful piece. I'd almost say it was a fish or a snake or something, but I don't actually know. I'm curious enough to look at the picture for this. Sorry. Humour me. Humour me. I know I wanted to do it quick. I'm just I'm just really curious to know what that is. I might not even be able to find it. If I can't find it, then fair enough. But um, I'm assuming it goes somewhere near the bottom. Might be a flower, I guess. There are snakes on this puzzle. Snakes there. And there's lizards. And there's some underwater, there's some aquatic creatures here. So I wasn't far wrong on the fish. I'm just really curious to know what this is. Again, if I can't find it, I'm not going to worry too much. I'll just... Oh, pieces are going flying. Oh no, I can't see it. I can't see it. Not to worry. It's fine. I'm not certain enough, so I'll stick it in there. It's just, it was a nice bright piece, and I wondered if it was a fish or something. Mm. Oh, goodness. Oh, this is quite hard on the back and neck. Sam, are you noticing pieces that look like the edges of signs, but they don't necessarily have writing on? I've seen quite a few of those, but I've not put them in the signage in case it's not a sign. I'm just wondering if you've noticed those, a lot of those. Yeah. Edge. But you know, it's such a relief having a variety of piece shapes in this puzzle that they're not very varied in wildlife. And I mean, I don't mind that. You get used to it, but it is, ah, shoot, dropped one. Um, it is quite nice to have a bit of variety, you know? Oh, dear. I think that's a good time to call it a day soon if I'm starting to drop the pieces on the floor. Oh dear, I'm tired too. I've been I taught my line dance class this morning. That's why I couldn't stream this morning. 'Cause I was at my line dancing, so I'm quite tired. Wednesdays are a pretty tiring day. You can build bits on the floor and then transfer them over. Oh gosh, I wish I would want to be doing that. Oh my goodness, my first chance to comment. Thank you so much for the 1 month membership. You're welcome, Rhonda. Well, I say you're welcome. It was Clark. It's Clark you have to thank. I love your channel and your Discord. So many great people there. Oh, I'm glad you love it. And yes, there are. Just so you know, Rhonda, the Saturday streams, um, they're the ones that are members only. Some streams I do like full members only, but that's not very often. Um, the Saturday ones are the ones that are members only live chat. If you're a subscriber, you can chat on the Thursday ones. And this one is a subscriber one as well. Just so you know, I didn't want you to think, you could never chat in any of them, because there are some. But I hope you enjoy the membership. I hope that you enjoy all the content over there. So yeah, good, good to have you. I I live sitting on the floor. It would be very strange sitting at a table to puzzle. Ah. Well, I guess, yeah, maybe. Maybe what Sam said. Maybe we could accommodate that. I like sitting on a chair. Well, I'm sure we can provide chairs. Kira and Siobhan, hello! For my Disney's 40,320 pieces, I use gym mats. They are 1 meter by 1 meter and about 4 centimeters thick. They do bend a little, but quite sturdy, and they can lock together. Ah, that's actually a great idea. No, I would never have thought of that. What do you think to that, Sam? That's quite a good idea. I use MDF boards that I taped together, but they get very heavy, so it's not reliable for something way bigger. Yeah, see, MDF is heavy. That's what my board is made of, and it is heavy. Um, Plywood might be an option in small enough sections, but this is what I wanted to talk to Frank about. Um, he's quite good at putting his mind to the task and coming up with solutions. So I'll talk to him about possibly plywood because that is thinner and a bit lighter, but it depends how big the boards are, how many we need. That might not be feasible, but I do think MDF is perhaps a little too heavy. Rare Puzzles is down for maintenance. Oh, is it? Hopefully not for long. Been like that for a couple of days. Oh, hopefully not for too long. Not that long ago got a message from Jorge actually, the guy that does Rare Puzzles. Um, so I don't think it's like gone for good. What is Rare Puzzles? It's a website, Wayne, where that like there's it's sort of like a marketplace, but not perhaps not to like an eBay scale, that kind of thing. It's um different sellers go on there because they have hard to find puzzles and you can buy them. It's good. It's a good site. Hold it up to the camera. See if any of us can identify it. Oh, oh, too late. Sorry. I saw that piece too late. I saw that message, I should say, too late. Sorry about that. Otherwise, I would have. Same snake that's in wildlife should look familiar. Has it got the same snake as in wildlife? I've just wasted a whole afternoon, been painfully filling out a huge online application form, got to the end and realised it was the wrong type of form. Oh my gosh, that's a nightmare. That is a nightmare. Yes, but I've been putting them in the signage pile. Oh, okay. Right. Sadly, no 4 out, 4 in pieces. Oh yeah, good point. But still more I think than in the wildlife puzzle, definitely. That's a dark piece. There aren't any really dark pieces, are there? Or at least not that I've found so far. And I think the darkest the sky gets is like a deep purple. I think that'll be a sky plus. I'm gonna put it in fauna because it might be a building. Did you realise now that you dropped that piece? Yeah, I know. I know. Well, it happens sometimes. Occupational hazard. Rare Puzzles is an online European marketplace that specialises in vintage out of print jigsaws. Very bad for your wallet. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't feel like you get fleeced on Rare Puzzles though. Thank you, Clark, and that's great. I didn't know that. Thank you. Yeah, it's very occasionally I'll do a members only live stream where only members can see it. Um, but as far as the weekly members live chats go, that's the Saturday streams. So the other ones you can comment on. Um, but I'm so I mean you've now got access for that month. You've got access to the members content. So hopefully you go in there and have a look and enjoy. We can look into gym mats. We can look into if gym mats are available easily. Yeah, oh, you would be able to get gym mats. Yeah, softer to kneel on. Yeah. Well, what I like about that is, well, they go together like jigsaw pieces, and they're a bit thicker. I mean, they're light, but they are a bit thicker, so perhaps sturdier, softer to kneel on, comfortable to sit and lay on. Yeah, you're very welcome. Lots of fun member videos to watch. Absolutely. And if we all get stiff shoulders, we can do some yoga. That's that's a great idea. I mainly use rare puzzles for research since there's a lot of puzzle info that's just unavailable otherwise. And one thing I've discovered about rare puzzles, although it's not necessarily a particularly big service, depending on what Jorge has available to him, they can sometimes help out with missing pieces in hard to find puzzles as well. Did I tell you all that I got the missing pieces from my wildlife puzzle? Educa sent them. I don't know if I told everybody that. I got them. Just right before I went to London, they came. So I can put my proper missing pieces in now to my wildlife puzzle. I haven't yet, because it's away in the cupboard. Um, but I got them. I was really chuffed. Also means I can replace that broken piece. which is nice. 'Cause obviously Scott sent me the ones that were completely missing, but the I did order one that was a broken piece. It had a broken prong, so I can replace that now too, which is good. Right, okay, well I'm gonna do that then. There's a bit of that sign, I think. Sorry, I'm gonna do the same as Sam's doing, which is put signs that don't necessarily have writing on in the signage pile. Although I've only just started doing it, but I can do it. Mm. Huh. Okay, that's fine. Just looking to see if the sky actually gets that colour. Apparently it does. So that went in there. Hmm. I seem to have quite a lot of this sign. I don't seem to have two bits that go together though. Oh well. I must have mixed it up good, I think. Now then, is that an animal? I think it is. Looks like a horse or something. How far would you say you are on the first phase, Sam? I mean, you must be further along than me. Um, Hang on. Sorry, I'm just catching up with where I was. I think you told the Discord. I think I may have mentioned it in the members channel. So yeah, I don't think I mentioned it on like because I am going to mention it in my Q&A video for the wildlife puzzle, which I haven't forgotten about, by the way. Um, but I just thought of it there, and I was like, oh, did I tell you that? Little girl Green Thumb. Is there a yearly membership? Sorry, new here and want to join. Do you mean for to Vicky Makes and Builds on YouTube? Um, chat. Should we stop Vicky from puzzling this puzzle or not? What does that mean? About 6K. Oh, that's good going. Really good going. A note to all people who might not know, you only need to get the cheapest YouTube membership, about £2 a month. So yeah, so if you're talking about membership to Vicky Makes and Builds, I don't think you can pay for it yearly. I don't think YouTube has a provision for that. So it's a monthly thing. But as Thomas said, I have three levels. Um, but literally you get access to everything on the lowest tier. Um, the other ones are for just extra financial support. So if it's just 1.99 for the cheapest one, or well, £2 if you round it up, um, as Thomas said, and that's per month, and you get access to everything for that. But if you want to give extra support, there's a couple of other tiers where you can just provide extra financial support, but you get access to everything. I don't think there's a way to sign up for a year. I think it's only monthly. I don't know if that's something YouTube will bring in maybe one day, but they're always changing things. But yeah, it's a monthly thing. But thank you for asking. That's really nice of you. Because she might go, I did the sorting so y'all can build. No way! No way! I'm not missing out on the building. Try and stop me. Oh dear. Try and stop me. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know. I just want to put two pieces together. I feel the need. I'm like, oh look, I'll take it apart again. I promise. I will. I'll do like what Sam did. That'd be bad, wouldn't it? You'll turn up and it's half done. Like, yeah, I just did. I just gave you a bit of a head start. What? What are you doing? I can't help it. It's what puzzlers do, innit? Right. That's the very edge of a sign. That's an animal, and that looks like a little rabbit or something. It's a rabbit. Okay, last little bit before I finish the stream, and I will need to go and sort dinner out. It's just about dinner time for us here in the UK. Although dinner can vary here in this household anyway. Time wise, I mean. Right. Okay, I'm just going to flip all of these. Might as well. See, there's a solid, really dark blue bit there. I don't think the sky gets that dark, does it? So it goes quite purple where the aurora is. Aurora. Gosh, I find it hard wrapping my mouth around that word. Aurora. Yeah, yeah. So it doesn't. The sky doesn't get that dark. Oh, there's a nice big waterfall there and a rainbow. I don't think I found any rainbow pieces yet. Oh, gosh, you can stare at this for ages and discover new things. It's gonna be really fun building this. Really fun. Anyway. Okay. Uh, hang on, I've missed some of the. Sadly, you can't give gift memberships to the £2. Yeah, it just seems to automatically do the middle one. The £5 one. And you can't gift memberships to specific people either. It's random. It randomizes it. When I say it, I mean YouTube picks. I'll give 5 more away on ah, Saturday, Friday, I should say. Um, in the Friday stream. I tend to do it on those ones because they are the members only live chats. So then the new members that get the free memberships can have the opportunity to come in and chat. So I'll give 5 more away then. That's fur. I don't know what animal it is, but it's fur. Excuse me. Oh, wait. That's a butterfly. Do you know what? I'm quite adept at spotting butterflies since doing wildlife. There are gazillions of butterflies in that puddle. I've become skilled at, spotting like antenna or something, that kind of thing. And especially Adrian Chesterman butterflies. So that was an unexpected skill that I have that worked in my favour for this puzzle. Butterfly recognition. Okay. There's right, I'm almost at the end of this little batch. There. Right. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't look like much, but all of this um is it's a start, and there's only 4 piles here. So what I've got here is, just to remind you, we've got edges and we've got these other ones that are done by shape, which is the funny shaped pieces with the double side and the half shaped pieces, because they all go together. So that's those. I'm just counting that as one pile. This is my signage so far in that box. Um, this is my fauna. A lot of butterflies, a lot of birds' wings. But I have found a few cats in here as well, and what I think might be a goat, and I think an elephant trunk as well. So, found a few fauna pieces. Then we've got the pure sky. That's what I've got the most of thus far. And then this is those plus this is the total amount of pieces I've got through so far. So these aren't sorted yet, but I have, they've passed through my hands. So this is done for the first phase. I'm not even going to show you the tub of pieces because it just looks the exact same as before I start. It really does. So, so I've got all those to go through to finish this phase. And then there'll be, maybe I could do a stream at the start of each phase. I don't know. Like, what did you think to this stream? Let's canvas. Was it just gone blurred? I thought it went blurred there. Let's canvas some opinion on this. Did you enjoy that stream? What did you think? Sorry, I'm just reading what Berg just said again. How many pieces is this puzzle? 42,000. Although I'm only sorting through half of it. Only. Vicky has half, about 21k pieces. Lots of butterflies in this puzzle too. Yeah, I'm starting to Starting to see that. What are you going to do for your 30k member milestone? Um, Subscriber, I mean. Oh gosh, I've no idea. I don't know. What do you think? What should I do? Will I make it to 30k in time for Puzzle Camp, do you think? I suppose that would be a good celebration of it. Can you show the discard pile? Yes, I did show the discard pile. Great progress. Thanks for a great and very productive live stream. Well, I'm glad it was productive for you too. It's actually really nice having you there sorting as well, because I can kind of fire questions at you. I look forward to the other 20 parts of this sorting. Well, I'm not going to stream the whole thing, obviously, but it might be kind of cool to do another stream when I finish the first phase, because then you'll know how I'm sorting the second phase. Does that make sense? And what the new piles are going to be. And for those of you who happen to be coming along, you'll know how this is getting sorted as well. I mean, obviously, these probably won't stay in the macro piles. A lot depends on how many people are coming. Sam and I might have to do more detailed sorting depending on the numbers. Um, but I think, why is it obvious that you won't stream all the sorting, lol? Well, I don't know, because I don't think I'd have time for anything else then. I suspect a lot of this will get done, just sitting in my lounge at the table with a movie on or something. So, yeah. But I think it might be a nice idea to do a stream at the start of each phase. So, but hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. You should schedule the next phase stream now, and you have a deadline to push you to complete the first phase. Oh, I'm not a fan of deadlines. I do hear what you're saying, though. I do hear what you're saying. Yes, that's an idea. It's an idea. I'll take that on board. Don't forget that dropped piece. Oh, I picked it up already. I already picked it up. As soon as I can't leave a piece on the floor if I know I've dropped it. I saw where it landed and I picked it up. So, but thank you. Thank you for reminding me. So, I will put the lids on these boxes for now. And I've got a lid for my big Clementoni box as well. I'll get some labels in here and so I know where I'm at and yeah, stack them up. I've only got one pile per box, so it doesn't matter if they get rattled around. And with the lids on, they're not gonna go all over. So quite happy with how they are at the moment. And then once the first phase is done, I can bag them up. I can sort of figure out how big the bags need to be as well, because I mean, I suspect the sky, for example, is going to be a pretty big bag, or need a pretty big bag, or more than one. There are still a lot of pieces left. I'm not 6,000 pieces through, nowhere near. I'd say I'm maybe a bit over 1,000 with that, but that's something, isn't it? So there we go. Bye then, everyone. Until tomorrow. Yeah, thank you so much, Thomas. I will round it up. Thanks for being here with me. That was really good. I really enjoyed that, and thank you for all your ideas. I will take them away. I'll look into that Trello, Peggy. That was good, and the mats idea was really good as well. So thanks for everybody's brainstorming. Click like right now. Thank you, Thomas. Yes, please do. If you enjoyed it, please click like. Spread the word about this, about Puzzle Camp. It would be really great if we could get a lot of attendance at it, and if not attendance, obviously a lot of people watching along. So that would be brilliant. But yeah, I think I'll do another stream on the second phase. I think that's going to be a good idea, and I will obviously keep you posted about what's happening with it, and we'll take it from there. But I will see you in the morning as usual, 11:30 a.m. UK time for the Villager 500 piece puzzle Cottage Country. And yeah, for now, I wish you happy puzzling and I'll see you later. Bye. Can't reach my keyboard. There we go.